Hi, it's Jerry Sanchez. I'm a New Jersey-based multifamily investor focused on Carolina multifamily. I'm here today with Ryan Sarka. Ryan, give me a little bit about yourself.
Hey, Jerry, thanks for having me. My name is Ryan Sarka. I'm part of Ride-On Asset Management, a company I started with my father investing in multifamily real estate a couple of years back. We focus primarily on the Carolinas as well as Louisville, Kentucky right now. We currently have about 64 doors that we're managing and looking to grow our portfolio.
Excellent. So perfect, since you're sitting here in the New York area, investing in other parts of the country. Talk to me a little bit about what is the difference between property management and asset management?
Yeah, absolutely. That's a great question. And I think it's something that a lot of people may not fully understand. So a property manager manages the day-to-day operations on the property, whereas an asset manager, contrasting, is a step past the property manager. Their job is basically to maximize the financial value of the asset. And generally that's done through scrutinizing the expenses, forcing appreciation, and working with the property manager on a consistent basis to get all of those things done. So I like to tell people that, in order to have a very successful hold, you need to have a good stance on both of these things. And I think the best way to kind of get into this is to maybe give you a little bit more detail on what each of these do. So we'll start with the property manager, since most people have a little bit more of a firm understanding with those. So your property manager or team of property managers work closely with the vendors. They're pretty much on the property, keeping the grounds tidy, keeping it in good livable shape, and keeping your tenants happy. And they do everything from start to finish with your tenants, including advertising for tenants, conducting background checks, credit checks, previously employment, previous tenancy, moving them in, collecting rents, collecting any fees that go along with that. And that could be things like water fees, late fees if they're late, things like that, as well as dealing with work orders as they come in, and eventually turning units and cleaning units when tenants leave, whether that's on their own or through an eviction. And your PM also deals with the evictions. So comparing that to what an asset manager does, an asset manager has a longer term focus than your property manager. And they're focusing, as I mentioned, more on the financial picture. So they're looking at things like making sure your returns are met, making sure your investment goals are achieved, and keeping that property run according to the business plan. So everybody that's investing is going into a project with a certain business plan. And these asset managers want to keep that project on the business plan. So you can almost say that, well, property manager's job is to keep your tenants happy. Your asset manager's job is to keep your investors and owners happy. And a lot of times, well, being asset managers, we need to get into the weeds and solve bigger issues, things that I've come in contact with, things that I've had to deal with in the past. And my teams are bad collections, sticking to the budget, high delinquency, etc. So in order to do that, we like to look, as asset managers, we like to look at a couple different things. And this allows us to run the property well. So those things include your net operating income, your NOI, from being familiar with your profit and loss, your P&L, your occupancy. We like to have a list of time that it takes to turn units, and that includes, on our list, we like to keep everything from when the tenant left to how long it takes to clean the unit, how long it takes to actually turn the unit, how long it takes to actually clean the unit, and once it's clean and rent ready, how long it takes to get a tenant into your unit, as well as delinquency and work orders. So that's kind of your differences between PMs and asset managers. I hope that was a good explanation.
Yes, excellent. Thank you very much, Ryan, for sharing with us the difference between property management and asset management and why each are required and important in order to hold an asset successfully.
Yeah, you're welcome.